Hi guys, Ali Taylor here, and today I'm going to be testing the new FGX Hybrid X putter. Right then, so there's been some changes in the last couple of years with putters not being able to be anchored, and certainly kind of the very long putters kind of being shunned by players. So much more standard length, kind of 35 to maybe 30-inch putters. Standard lie angles around kind of 69 to 72 degrees. But FGX have come out with something a little bit different. So it's actually the length of a hybrid, hence the Hybrid X name. But the two gentlemen that designed this, Peter and Paul, very passionate. One is, I believe, a scratch golfer, and one's a PGA professional. Got over 60 years of experience of playing golf between them. And they've come up with this idea of a very different style of putter that's hopefully going to get you guys rolling it better and holding more putts. So I'm going to put this through a little test. I'm going to hit some putts with mine first. I'm going to hit some putts then with the FGX putter, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. Right, so when you look down on the head, you know, it looks fairly like a very traditional mallet-headed centre shaft putter. Very kind of clean looking, silver on top, little white sight line, matte black finish on the back, with the little hole in the back of the head. Certainly help for a little bit of aim and alignment, but also I think maybe a little bit of sound as well on there. When you look at the face of the putter, it's a beautifully milled face, but again, very clean looking, just with the FGX lettering on the face. But all in all, a very clean and very good looking putter. So it's not really looking at the head that makes this putter different. It's very much the length of the putter and the lie angle of the putter. So my normal Scotty Cameron is 35 inches and the lie angle is 70 degrees. So you can see as I stand to the golf ball, I don't actually try and get my eyes quite over the golf ball, just inside. And I know that gives me just a very slight arc to my swing. And generally speaking, I know that I get some pretty good numbers off this putter. And I did hit a few putts before we came on. I hit 10 putts with my putter, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how my putter performs for what I'm looking for from a putter. And then I'm going to hit 10 putts with the FGX, see what difference, if any, there is. Is it better? Is it worse? And why there might be a case for some guys switching to that, maybe me, or are we all going to end up putting with something this length? So the big difference, like I said, is length of putter. So I'm going from 35 to 39 inches, and the lie angle is going from 70 degrees on mine, sorry, to 56 on this one. So you can see as I address the golf ball, I'm a good 10 to 12 inches further away from the golf ball. So considerably further away, my eyes are much more inside. So a lot of guys would worry that if that was the case, that the arc's going to become very severe. But what's quite clever with this is the lie angle they've got this set on, the putter head stays very close to the ground. So even though we're on an arc, the arc's not too excessive. And this is where, you know, I think anyone with a bigger arc, that ball position becomes really important. So I know the guys are still talking about you can have the ball forward in your stance if you like with this. I tend to have my ball a little bit more central, so I don't think it'll make too big a difference. But certainly when you get over the golf ball, it does feel hugely different. Now, I'll be honest though, it's interesting this, because when this came out, it made me think about my junior golf. And one of my friends that I grew up with, Russell, he'll know who I mean, had his putter lengthened, and I'm pretty sure it was a little bit shorter than a 5-wood. I mean, it was very whippy, but it was very long, and he did it because he felt that when he practiced his putting, it gave him backache. So it wasn't maybe a technical reason with him. But I have putted with something this length before, and obviously the lie angle was more upright. And I think what I find interesting from this is when we talk about putter fittings nowadays, you know, a lot's made about getting the correct lie angle, the correct length of shaft, so that we can fit the putter to the individual. I'll be interested with this. Is this something that currently just comes in this setup? Is it something that will be slightly tweakable? I'm not sure. Or are we then going to start fitting golfers to the putter? Just my personal opinion. Don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing that we do that. But let's start hitting some putts. Like I said, we're going to hit 10 and see how it goes. Initially, I'm not going to give you feedback on numbers. I'm just going to give you feedback on how I feel that I'm rolling it and what the stroke feels like. So what does feel very strange is I've started putting last year with a line on top of my golf ball, which I think as my eyes get nearer the golf ball, it's easier to look down the line. So I think when I'm stood further from the golf ball, I think the perception of where the line looks different. Now, I don't mind so much because I think as long as I've taken the time to aim that where I want, that's fine. And I always talk about we need 3 key skills to be a good putter. We need to be a good green reader, which we're not bothered about in here. We need to have good speed control. Now I'm only working on a kind of 6-foot putt here, but speed control I think just comes with a bit of practice with any putter. And then can you set the ball off on line? So this is the key one for me with putters, is how good are you at setting the ball off where you want. So, like I said, feels very, very different setting up there. And it's funny because I'm actually putting left below right at the moment. But because I'm stood further from the ball, I instinctively there wanted to go right below left. So I'm going to go right below left anyway, just because that feels more natural with this style of putter. Now there is a little break on this mat, so I'm just trying to set this ball off straight, and we'll see on the numbers. So it might just, unfortunately my garage isn't dead level. So that one felt okay, just felt like the putter maybe wobbled a little bit more on the way back. And I have to say, running through these putts, I really, really like the way that the aim line and the little hole in the back of the putter sit. Now, my only thing is, it kind of feels, and I'm sure this is just optical, but it just feels like it's quite hard for me to get that little white line right next to the line on the golf ball. It feels, for me, and this might just be me, just feels like it wants to be a little bit further away. The line wants to be a little bit further away on the head, but I'm sure it's in the middle of the putter head. So one last one. Right then, so let's look at some numbers and see how FGX stacks up to a traditional putter. Right then guys, so we look at my putter. Now I always talk about the fact that if you launch the ball more than 1 degree left or right on a 10-foot putt that's dead straight, the ball will miss. So what I liked about my putter is, and we can see there, nice that my averages are still in there, I actually launch it 0.6 degrees left, but I get 87% roll. And on that kind of 6-foot putt I was hitting, the ball was skidding for about 13.5 inches before it started rolling properly. Right, so when we look at the numbers for FGX, we see 0.5 degrees left on the 10, so slightly more accurate, marginal. Roll percentage was down slightly at 85, but still very, very good, and skid distance at 13 inches. So all in all, incredibly close. Right then guys, so we looked at the numbers, and to be honest, nothing in it really, absolutely nothing in it. I felt like, and it is only a feeling, I felt like I actually rolled it better with the FGX putter. Numbers on TrackMan, I mean, indistinguishable really. So I think what I'm going to do is, off the back of this little test, I think I'm actually, when we get back out playing again, I think I'm actually going to play some golf with it. And I'm going to see what my confidence is like, how I feel that I fare on. mid putts, longer putts. But all in all, I think it's very, very good. It's very easy to get comfortable over the golf ball because you're just almost standing like you would with any other club. I don't think you're focusing too much on trying to be perfect at setup as well, which I see a lot of guys that with standard length putters, they're almost trying to make sure their eyes are directly over the golf ball, try to keep everything locked in place, try to tilt the shoulders. And it's such a different movement from anything else they do in their golf swing. So I really like the concept behind it. I think it'll be interesting to see, you know, how received it is. I've read some reviews online from customers who have bought it, and there's been some good feedback. Now, it'd be interesting to see over, like I said, over the next few weeks and months how this develops, but I'm looking forward to taking this out on the course, seeing if it just builds on my confidence a little bit. I feel generally I'm a very good putter, but I did like the fact that I felt more comfortable right below left grip. I'm still not overly comfortable left below right with mine, but I know it gives me a better result. So if something feels better and still gives me the good result quicker, that might be something that'll go in my bag. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you're enjoying today's video and you haven't already subscribed, please consider clicking that button below, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out when I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.